Go to breaking news right now. Police in pursuit of a reckless driver.
Yes, Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal with more for us. Desmond.
Well, so Amy and Juan, we're kind of between the City Terrace and Monterey Park area, headed back towards City Terrace, northbound on Eastern. It's LA County Sheriff's deputies out of the East LA office that are in pursuit a allegedly reckless DUI driver here in this silver Infiniti. Now, it got pretty dangerous for a moment, and boy, look at this guy, kind of almost losing control here. Sheriffs had actually backed off and were just monitoring it from the air, and then the watch commander kind of surprisingly decided that they wanted to re-engage this one. A lot of times when they disengage, they let it go. Look at this wrong side of the roadway blasting through a red light as we're getting into afternoon traffic. We're not too far away from that 10 closure as well, so might see some heavier traffic in this area because of that closure. So some pretty wild driving now. Ramona Boulevard, CHP, or rather Sheriff's deputies, they were in it, they disengaged, they just re-engaged. We'll see if they want to stick with this one here. And we, just as I say that, we heard that they are canceling again because it's a pretty dangerous one here, Juan and Amy. Wow, right next to a cyclist there too.
Yeah, we know that sometimes they have to stop just to get these people to slow down. Mike, you're also listening to what's going on in the situation.
Yeah, and I was just actually on the phone with the Sheriff's Department, and I was listening to their radios and heard the 1022, which is the discontinue the pursuit. And they said all units discontinue the pursuit. So this is not a tracking situation anymore. We'll see if the Sheriff's Department's helicopter is going to stay with it or give it up. And it actually looks like they're pulling off as well. And you can see it's just these incredibly high speeds, 80 miles an hour on surface streets. A second ago, I don't know if you saw, but there was a bicyclist in the lane there as well that he blew right past. So Sheriff's Department not wanting to be involved in this anymore, especially the want, as we know, it's simply just a reckless driver. That's a real minimal type of offense, so they really don't want to be involved in this anymore. Now, we'll see as we get closer to the 710 here if he gets back on, if CHP wants to take it over. But the Sheriff's Department has discontinued any involvement in this.
Well, looks like he got back on the freeway, Mike, from what we're seeing here. And you know what's interesting is when they do pull off, even if the helicopter is still in the air, I'm wondering, when this driver realizes he can slow down because, I mean, obviously not on the freeway. It looks like he's back on surface streets, but really dangerous to the people out there.
Well, it is, and we're back down into the 30s, which is exactly what the Sheriff's Department wanted because, as soon as they got behind him, he just pinned it and was really taking off. And, it always makes you curious. I mean, obviously, there's a close call right there. Obviously, it makes you curious, as a reckless driver, what else is going on with this person? People don't just run from the police at 80 miles an hour on surface streets just, because they're driving recklessly. So, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Sheriff's Department will ever get their answer to that because they have discontinued altogether. Usually they'll let the Sheriff's helicopter stay with it, but the helicopter has pulled off also.
Although we were hearing reckless DUI.
Yeah.
Cul-de-sac, here we go.
Getting out.
Yep.
What's happening, Des?
Yep. Getting out here at Sombrero Drive at Avion Drive. Here we are south of the 10 freeway, kind of east of the 710. Well, got out of the car, and then I don't know if he saw us or what, but now might be taken back off on this one. So we'll see what they do. Actually, my pilot Dylan pointed out there was another pursuit that came to an end in this exact same cul-de-sac. Kind of a crazy coincidence here. But again, this actually not a pursuit at the moment here. Just got so dangerous for sheriff's deputies that they backed off not just from the ground but from the air as well. So. It's unfortunately the suspect is most likely going to get away now that no one is pursuing this person at all unless they catch the ire of another law enforcement agency, by chance, depending on their actions. That is possible. But, the suspect could have frankly just parked right there, gotten out, walked away with their hands in their pocket. Probably would have been fine. Now pulling over again just down the street here on the same street. See, no, they don't seem to want to give up the vehicle just quite yet.
Maybe testing the waters, Desmond, right? Trying to see if anybody's going to head down that street, maybe some law enforcement, but it's obviously not happening right now.
Nope, not at the moment as we're out on Casuta Canyon Drive. So kind of on the little hills here above Monterey Park and City Terrace, just to the east of the 710, kind of above East LA College right now. On this one. So, if the suspect's not familiar with this area, there's definitely a lot of, one-way streets or just dead-end streets that go into cul-de-sacs up here in the hills. Kind of seems like that's what happened. They're pulling into that cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
But out on another street now, but speed's much more tame. If that's definitely good news here.
That is great news. We did see him go through a stop sign, it appeared, but the fact that the speed limit is much lower and certainly safer for everyone out on the roadways this afternoon. That's the best part of it. And, you know, when you really do weigh out the alternative of police chasing this person and catching this person, you really wonder if it's worth it at a time like this.
It's a whole different vibe, right, Mike?
It is, you know, and I just wanted to point out, now that he's done the stop and go game, that actually has re-grabbed the attention of the sheriff's helicopter. They made it down to Commerce and then have flipped to Huey and are coming right back to us. So, you know, this is being monitored, right? Our broadcast is being monitored to the sheriff's department. So even if they're not over it, we're over it. They see him making these moves, and that brought the attention of the sheriff's helicopter back, because ultimately, if this guy stops and gets out of the car, that's their opportunity to get him. You know, and Amy, I wanted to answer your question earlier. The sheriff's department's radio code, or their phrase for this, is a reckless deuce, and that stands for reckless DUI. They kind of interchange those as one and the same. It doesn't mean this person's DUI, but they were driving recklessly enough, which could potentially mean their DUI. So when they chase a car like this, that's what they call it, as reckless DUI. And it really could mean either or both, or, you know, that's just kind of the way they call it. So we'll see now, now that the sheriff's helicopter is coming back into play, what their stance is going to be, if they're going to try to just wait this out, or if they'll get back involved in any way.
What's interesting, when he first got off out of the car, when he had first parked at that cul-de-sac, he looked back towards, you know, the street, maybe expecting officers to be there. Maybe he was getting ready to give up, but when nobody showed up, he changed his mind, and here we are in the San Gabriel Valley, still a driver wanted for reckless driving.
Well, and you know, as Des mentioned, we are kind of in an area where we're bordering Monterey Park a little bit. So if he catches the attention of Monterey Park PD, they could get involved in this as well.
I'm wondering, this question's more for Des. Desmond, how far are you usually when we're following these pursuits? Because I'm wondering, sometimes these drivers, you're saying, even if law enforcement helicopters pull away, maybe is he thinking that our helicopter is also law enforcement, so maybe he keeps going? I'm just curious about the distance.
Well, I mean, if he looks straight up, he's actually going to see our logo on the bottom of the chopper. I think that was just might have been a CHP unit that just went right by. So I don't think that they would confuse us for law enforcement. We also fly in different helicopters, different model than helicopters do. Oh, but look at this. And I might have gotten a little bit spooked just seeing that CHP unit right there. And now the speed's going back up again, up above 60 miles an hour at some junctures. So we tend to keep our distance. You saw the suspect actually was underneath us there for kind of an inordinate amount of time as we were making the camera adjustments. So he could have looked right through his sunroof and saw us right there. But yeah, you know, we kind of tend to let them get away from us a little bit, where maybe they're not able to hear us as much, kind of that sweet spot, but where we can still show you a good picture of what the suspect, you know, their movements as we get into a parking garage here.
Oh, boy.
The suspect's favorite places for ditching law enforcement, off of Corporate Center Drive and Davidson Drive. So, you know, we saw this last week. Actually, last week when this happened and they went into a parking garage, they did not elude capture for very long, as that was Long Beach PD that was able to surround the parking garage. But now we're into this parking garage here off of Corporate Center Drive. This is probably where this one's going to come to an end. It's been more than 30 seconds, which is really all these suspects need if they want to get away. There's no law enforcement here at all.
And look at all that tree cover, too, around the building. There's so much tree cover there, even to the north of your shot there, just above the shot there, Desmond, that he could just about get anywhere. Even though he did come out of the car, law enforcement, we saw what he was wearing. We kind of know what he looks like a little bit. But even with that, as you're saying, this is a perfect opportunity for him to just get a quick getaway.
Yeah, and that sheriff's helicopter that I said was coming back to the scene turned around again. So they're not even over this anymore. So at this point, it's just really us looking at him. There is no law enforcement in the area anymore.